So it's January the 1st. I thought I hadn't done a video in ages. I've been really busy with work, which has been great. I've been in the workshop loads. I haven't really left it very much, if I'm honest with you. But I thought I'd do a little walk around now and we'll have a look together really at the jobs I need to do over the next couple of months. Work will be quieter. I can get some homesteading jobs done and we can have a look around. We'll go have a look in the garden for starters, and I have to admit that it's probably not where I want it to be. I haven't planted much this autumn at all. So kind of going to have a fresh start this spring. Going to try and get some beds cleared out, get it ready to go. Probably my worst gardening year ever last year. I kind of just fell off the cliff of it a bit. Didn't do huge amounts. We had loads of fruit. Fruit's dead easy to keep going, but the vegetables not so much. So it wasn't incredible. This is the 1st of January. I should say that our new year wasn't incredible either. My wife was running yesterday and she had a fall and ended up cutting herself above her eye and ended up with 9 stitches. We ended up in A&E. It was definitely not the way I wanted to see out the year. It's been quite a good year up until that point, I think. Oh, excuse me. Right. So, as you can see, the veg garden in all its messy glory. Got quite a few things that we can do with, stuff we can do with. We've got some perennial kales down there that need planting out. Looks like we've got a few seedlings that have survived. And the greenhouses are just horrendous. So again, perennial kale over there I can see doing quite well. Lots of dead stuff that needs to come out. Get this tidied up and get this ready for growing next year. Kind of been a little bit ashamed of the garden, but it was quite nice having a year kind of not doing the veg garden quite so much. But I really do feel now that I'm ready to go back into it and kind of really kick it well. This one, I mean, look, you can see it's all gone to seed there. Bit of a nightmare for weeds and stuff. And the other thing I didn't do, which I'm really disappointed in myself actually, first year I didn't summer prune all my apple tree cordons. So I'm going to have to winter prune them. I think it'll be fine. I don't think it's going to make that much difference. Look down here, we've got lots of kohlrabi roots. I'm sure they're still good to eat, to be honest. Might be a little tough. I've got some beetroot down here. Yeah, this isn't looking amazing. We have got some kale. Some tiny little kale plants. Actually, what we've got there is sea kale. I think, and I just kind of forgot about it. Got a lot of weeds. We've got the 3rd greenhouse, which I never got round to glazing, so I need to do this. In fact, move quite a bit. Get this glazed, somewhere I can grow more seeds and stuff like that for seed saving. The strawberry beds, there's lots of strawberries established in here. We didn't get many, obviously it's their first year, so I'm hoping next year we'll get more. And we're going to have a look at the disgrace that is the polytunnel. Had a real problem with rabbits and stuff getting in and eating everything. Put in no end of cucumbers and they ate the lot all in one night, and they've grown quite nicely as well, so that was really disappointing. And the tomatoes, I never got round to doing much with them. So again, yeah, bit of a disappointment in here again last year. And I do miss it, you know, we haven't got all that nice fresh produce to eat. And my daughter had put in so much effort into getting the tomatoes to a certain stage, so we've talked about it, me and her. I think it'd be really nice to do that again together, and we'll try and do a bit better this year. Look at this gate. Down in the orchard. Now the orchard was superb. Obviously I've got all these apple trees to prune. You can see I could have done a lot more preserving. There's a sea of apples down there, but it was a really heavy year. We did preserve loads. We dried lots of apples. We did can a few, and we canned and made like fruit levers out of hawthorn. I was putting together some new talks for some garden clubs, and I was doing one called Stone Soup, which is about unusual ways of using up produce and seeing ingredients that you don't think you'd normally got in the garden and things. So that was quite good fun, doing lots of levers and stuff like that. This one is winter banana. I've got it as a standard tree. Sounds lovely. The apple stay on the tree. I mean, this was January. They're still on the tree for ages. Even at their peak, they don't taste that great. Not a massive fan. And that's a nice old heritage variety. A big part of me wants to graft that one over to something a bit tastier, to be honest. compared to the russets, it's just a bit rubbish. This apple tree's dead. It died the year before last. I left it up because it did look like there was some green beneath the branches, but now it's truly dead. It's a real shame. It's Ergmont russet, one of my favourites. Needs to come out. Don't know if I'll plant something there again or not. I'm not sure what's killed it, whether it's honey fungus or the fact that there is some kind of drainage issues down here. And then we've got this one here, which I planted years ago as a kind of seedling plum, and it never did anything. Tried to graft it over multiple times. It's always failed. The seedling's just far faster growing than what I put on there. I think that needs to come out. Got, you can see my chickens down, some of my chickens down there. And we've got a load of laying hens. I want to keep them separate from the kind of the free ranging hens. And the idea is to put them in this netted tunnel that we had years ago for one of the avian lockdowns. So I want to put them in here. And then this is where I did that hedge repair. So the idea is to put the triangle pen there and kind of loop them up so they've got a lot more space. And I think that'll keep them really happy. It's really nice when it goes like this. You can see, whew, when it fall over. You can see my bit of hedge laying. There wasn't much here, but stuff's starting to grow. Definitely not stock proof, but yeah, it was a good repair. I need to cut up all this firewood. So I'm going to start doing my kind of hour a day on the small holding, like I try to do when I try and get jobs done. I always find it really helps kind of tick off some jobs, go and do half hour's firewood, half an hour's clearing a bed in the garden or something like that. And then down in the kind of what I call the more modern fruit orchard, I had all my young pear trees. Now they did really well. We had a few pears, nice ones. Invincible, which is the one that flowers twice, was superb. And you can see they're starting to grow quite well. So I need to kind of prune these gently. There is a lot of weeds in between them. And then what was really, really good this last kind of late summer, autumn, were the plums. I have never had more plums in my entire life than what we got from these guys. These small trees, they just crop really heavy. Got a little hedgehog house there as well. You can see that. Just superb. Plums and damsons. And we made loads of preserves, just ate loads and loads of fresh plums. We had plums for months. It was really nice having that variety and spread in the season. Gooseberry hedge is starting to come along now. Although it hasn't, I mean, it takes about 3 years, so I think we'll start getting a decent crop off this one. I'm going to prune these this winter and hopefully that will help kind of spur them on a little bit. I've been storing the firewood down here, so we have been making the kids walk down here every day to get the firewood, but they've got into a habit of it. They don't seem to care. It's just part of their day. I think it's good for kids to have chores. You can see it's very weedy here, but you probably can just about see how good my blackcurrants and gooseberries are looking. I need to prune these as well. Sooner rather than later, actually, and maybe make some cut-ins to give to some friends, because quite a few people have said about how nice it'd be to have some different blackcurrants, and take some cut-ins maybe to the seed swap in the first weekend of February that I help run in Hereford, the courtyard. It's always some repairs to do. So this chicken coop I made a while ago, one of the panels has come off, popped off. It kind of, it's either dry or wet, and obviously moves a little bit, so I need to put that panel back on. And the idea is the kids are really keen to hatch some more chickens this year. Again, we had kind of a year off from that, so it'd be nice to get back into hatching some birds out, really. The trouble with a small holding, I think, is everywhere you look you can see jobs that need to be done. A day like this is kind of perfect, but when it's rainy, not so much. We've had a wet few weeks before Christmas, so it was very much workshop weather, but I'm thinking I need to come down here and start doing a few jobs. We did pick up a load of logs from this branch that fell down, and I split them, but I need to kind of collect them up and get them into a decent place to dry them. And I've got a load that also needs logging up as well. Not much else I can do with that other than firewood. So get all that logged up. It's opened this space up so much now though. And you can see how well this hedge is looking. but I've laid, all stayed alive. I'd say 80% of what I planted survived, even though it was really dry. We'll need to lay more and more of this. So I want to try and finish this hedge this winter, if I can find enough time. Bring it over and just start kind of going at it steadily and have a few hours a day maybe for a few weeks. Try and lay it. Always a good feeling when it's done. It always looks great. And then as we go over to the coppice, I mean, you can see what a heavy year it was for sloes. I did a little bit with them, but I'm not a huge fan of gin or spirits or drinking that much, to be honest. So it was, yeah, but you can see they're like grapes. Look at them all up there. Absolutely thousands of them. The trouble is they all make little blackthorn bushes, which I don't really want any more of, because look, they spread everywhere. And last year I had a really good tidy up and kind of cut away a lot of them. Wearing my big thick gloves. They're horrible things to deal with. Wore goggles the whole time because they're so spiky. And I chipped them. And I haven't moved the wood chip. There's a pile of wood chip there. There's a pile further up I need to deal with. But yeah, it's opened it up loads. Actually, getting rid of them last year, it was worth the effort. So I need to just finish off what I didn't do. Nothing's really come back, which I was quite surprised about. I thought it would all come back really heavy and I'd be kind of fighting the blackthorn for ages. And then here we've got some barberries, which I planted for food. A really sharp sour berry, a bit like a goji berry, far easier to grow. I mean, look how covered that is. And all barberries are edible. Really high in vitamin C, and use them like a savoury berry in your food. And really, really nice, but just a simple thing to have growing, just in case you want a bit extra. You can see there the Japanese gooseberries. Not Japanese gooseberries, Japanese wineberry branches kind of growing, the nice red ones. Yeah, and then these apple trees were great this year. So much fruit off these. And going over to the apiary, obviously need to have a bit of a tidy up of this while everything's quiet. Haven't treated them for varroa yet. Need to do a bit of a count and see what's going on. Yeah, need to heft the 3 hives that we've got. I did combine one, and I've not got around to taking the top box off it, so I hope that's all right. With those guys, these ones have had feed. So I've got one here. It's got bees in. This one's got bees in, hopefully. And then this one over here has got bees in as well. I don't know why the straps are on the angle on that one. And then the willow for my pollard in was a bit of a disaster, if I'm honest. It was a really dry year. And the small ones, cuttings I bought and paid for, just didn't do very well at all. It was really disappointing. The ones Jeff, my mate from Tree to Treen, got me were superb, much thicker. And I think, you know, if you're going to do it yourself, go for some inch at least stuff. The twigs just dry out too quickly, so if stuff's not right, you kind of got that one hit, that one chance, and it doesn't work. Whenever I've done willow cuttings slightly bigger, hit them in with a hammer, I think is the way forward, really. So yeah, I've got a good strip down there. There's a few here and thereabouts. So what I'll probably do is let them come up, see what I've got, prune them off. So I don't have to buy more, because I don't want to spend money if I don't have to. Yeah, and same with that bit of willow coppice I did down there, like pollard in. Just didn't take off, which is a bit disappointing. And then another job to do is obviously the willow short rotation coppice, which we're getting onto the last cut of it. So, you know, we'll be back over here. Although it looks like I'm going to have to leave it a few years because I don't think that's grown enough. Be cutting that next year, looks a bit small. So I think it'll be a case of a 5-year cycle with a 2-year gap in between maybe. I've not fed it, I've not weeded it, I've not treated it as best as I should. And this stuff's like 12 years old. So all this needs to come down, this section here, and then it'll come back 1, 2, 3, 4. So it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we'll leave it a couple of years. This hedge has done superb. Like, you know, when you do something you're just really happy with it. Planting this hedge was a brilliant thing to do. It had, with my damson trees every 7 meters, had loads and loads of fruit off that this year as well, which I really loved. Trying different damsons, different plums. And when we walk to cricket or whatever, the footpaths down there, we pick some. That's just really nice. It's a few years off laying, but I think that's going to become something I'm really proud of in future years. And I think it's going to look like it's always been there, which I really like as well. And it's a nice little corridor of a footpath. Stops people's dogs kind of going in a field with stock, and yeah, just kind of makes it a bit easier. Down here, so with this grass and the other on the bottom, my friends are going to put their sheep on there for the winter for a couple of weeks soon, but I've told them to hold off because it's such a massed year that they're so heavy in the acorns, so we need some other stuff to eat those first, really. Sheep get quite sick on that if you're not careful, which is a real shame. But yeah, it'll be nice to get this kind of tidied up, cleaned up, keep the sheep happy. But yeah, sorry I've not done many videos lately. I kind of determined in this new year to do a lot more. I want to try and get back into the cycle of doing one every week or so. I've got lots of projects coming up and some fun ones as well. So yeah, that's what I'm hoping. But thanks for watching, guys. Happy New Year, and see you soon.